Well, go ahead and fill us in on Step Up Revolution then. How'd you like filming the whole thing?
I mean, for me, it was sort of a dream come true. I'm a dancer, and I've been dancing in LA for 8 years, and it was my first time filming as an actor. So it was a completely different world, completely different experience, but I loved every second of it. The cast was great. Ryan and Catherine were amazing to work with. Some of my favorite dancers in the world, Twitch, Philip Chabib, just an all-star cast of dancers. It was just like one of those jobs where everything came together perfectly and aligned so well. I wouldn't have changed anything about it, you know?
That's really great. That's great. And like you said, I like seeing familiar faces. Like you said, Twitch and Catherine, and it was just nice seeing everybody that we knew already, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sort of the old favorites from like So You Think You Can Dance, and, you know, sort of the alumni from that, and other popular dancers throughout the world and stuff. It was a good casting, very good casting.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite dance number from the movie?
I get asked this a lot, and I always have a tough time answering this one. I love all of them individually. They're all so unique in their own way. I think the Business Mob probably is the most recognizable, and it looks the tightest and the cleanest. We also had the most rehearsal time for that one. But I think each one brings its own individual energy and its own individual look. Well, so it's hard to pick.
Right. Well, being everybody was in flash mobs, how did you guys rehearse? I mean, in groups or section, different categories, and then put it all together? How did that work?
Yeah, I mean, we had 3 weeks of pretty intense rehearsal, which sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't that much time for all the numbers that we had to put together. And when we started filming, we still had rehearsals. So, you know, myself, Ryan, and Kat would pop in and out of rehearsals in between filming and stuff like that. And things were sort of being put together on the fly and sort of last minute. We were kind of crunched for time, but it all came together really nice.
Yeah, so. I actually have to say, because we've seen the movie, we saw it the first time, and we're like, okay, this is good. Then it played again, and I was like, no, this is really good. I was like, I need to watch it over and over. It's so good.
That's what we were going for, so glad to hear it.
Very cool, and I liked how you guys started off dancing like right away. It was just the beginning of the movie, and you guys were ready to go.
Yeah. It sort of just draws you into the excitement, you know, right in the beginning.
Exactly. Now, have you ever witnessed a flash mob in real life anywhere?
You know, honestly, I've never seen one firsthand, but I took part in a few live ones to promote the film this summer.
Oh.
We did it sort of all across, like, at different, like, malls around the U.S. and stuff to promote and stuff. So I can say that now I've done them in film and in real life, but I've never seen one. I've never seen one just, like, sort of happen spontaneously.
Just happening. Exactly. I know, and you see them on YouTube all the time, and you're like, man, I wish I was there for it, like, to see it live.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. And then also tell us, are you working on anything else at the moment? We saw something about mass holes. Tell us about that. Are you working on that?
Yeah. It's a web series, comedy web series that's being on the Loud channel on YouTube. And it's actually a couple buddies of mine just sort of threw it together with Scotch tape and $20. And it caught some attention of some people, and now I think there's a little bit of a budget behind it. But we're trying to sort of get the attention of all the Los Angeles stars, you know, like Matt Damon and Wahlberg and Ben Affleck, and it's sort of a play on Boston humor and stuff. And my best friend Kenny Wormald, who's the lead of Footloose, plays itself, and it's a sort of like Office-style filmed, reality, scripted comedy show. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
We actually just finished our last episode yesterday for the first. And hopefully we'll get picked up by a second season, and having meetings with different TV companies and stuff, and sort of trying to just create buzz and see if we can get this thing lifted off.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of online promotion, too. If, like, the fans get, like, hooked onto it, I think they can definitely spread the word, you know what I mean? If they are familiar,
yeah.
So...
I think these days you sort of have to create your own thing and sort of get a buzz around it, and then when people see that there's already a fan base or, you know, liking to it, then they bite, you know? So.
Exactly. I was going to ask you, how did you meet Kenny? Were you guys friends before? How did you guys meet?
Yeah, my first audition in LA, I met Kenny, and we became friends instantly. I was wearing a Yankees hat, and he's a Red Sox fan. He came up to me, said something about my hat. I told him I'm from Colorado and just liked the hat, and we've been friends ever since.
Wow, that's cool.
Your brother out here, I've watched him, you know, do sort of. I've shaped my career based off of how I saw him shape his career. He moved out to LA. He started dancing. He danced for everyone he wanted to, Justin Timberlake and Mariah Carey, and then stepped out of that, started doing a little more choreography, and then completely stepped out of that and went into the acting world. And now, you know, the kid's done 3 films this year that have nothing to do with dance. So I think dance he used it as a stepping stone. I'm kind of seeing it maybe as the same way for me. It's inspiring. I sort of shaped my career, like I said, after him. So.
Exactly. Well, you've worked with some pretty impressive people yourself. Tell us about Michael Jackson. What was that experience like?
The best experience of my life. I mean, I'm the most proud of that job out of everything I've done. I could die tomorrow, and I think I'd be content with my career. But it was a roller coaster, because it didn't happen. So it's like mixed emotions. It's not always the easiest thing to think about. There's a lot of stuff that came with it. But in the end, at the end of the day, I take the positive that I got from him. I mean, he was incredible to watch and to work with, and a dream come true for me since I was like 3 years old. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people would be are so jealous of that opportunity. I'm sure they would do anything just to see him. You know what I mean? In person. Yeah. So what an opportunity. And like you said, you can't
just to watch him every night, just to watch him rehearse. It was like a private concert. It's like unbelievable.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And like you said, he is top of the line. You really can't beat that experience. That's it.
Yeah, and honestly, that's sort of what happened. What happened to me after that job is I found it hard to go back to where I was before. I couldn't go to Justin Bieber auditions as a dancer and commit to that because I had already danced for the best in the world, and it was hard for me to go back after that to anything else. So, it forced me to make a transition in my life and step into choreography, step into acting. So I think it helped me in a way, but it was tough because my life just changed. I was like, all right, well, my dancing career is sort of over, and now it's time to move on. I'm only 25, but that's it.
Is there anything else you want to do in particular that would be another dream for you, dream come true?
I don't want to be too ambitious, but I would like to learn about directing one day, and that's far down the line. But I think I have a vision, and I would love to see if I could create something with it. But temporary goals, short-term goals, I just want to get into the acting world. I want to get into the acting world. I want to become more of a just a sought-after choreographer. I would like to be the Fatima or the Jamie King that gets asked to do the world tours and just sort of play on what I already know, dancing, choreography, and acting, and see where it takes me.
Absolutely. And like they say, never give up. Just keep perseverance and keep going, and you'll get there.
Absolutely.
And you've also worked with Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, I got to choreograph a number for his tour when I was about 19 when I got to do that, which was, I mean, he's the reason I moved to LA. I saw his tour when I was younger, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. For a young straight male dancer who's brought up in the ballet world and always dancing around girls, and you see a dude who dresses like a dude, who dances like a dude, who girls love and guys want to be, and it's just inspiring. So I moved out to LA. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be him, if I wanted to dance for him, or if I wanted to, just do something around that. But he inspired me to move, and then I got the chance to choreograph for his tour, and it was like literally another dream come true. So. Wow,
that is. I mean, how do you feel again, being that's what you wanted and that's what you envisioned, and then it just happened? How does that feel for you?
I don't know. I've been dancing a long time. I've been working for this a long time, so it sort of just felt like it paid off a little bit. I don't want to sound too comfortable, but it wasn't like I put myself in the position to make these things happen, and I was just like, wow, it happened, and it gave me belief in myself that if I continue to work as hard as I have been working, that I can make other things happen. So
exactly. Do you have any advice for dancers out there? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, the basic advice is obviously like anything. If you want to get good at it, you learn as much as you can about it. You surround yourself with it constantly. You make it your life. You go from it being a hobby to it becoming your everyday. It's your life. You can't live or breathe without it. I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is I go on the hip hop websites and I see if there's any new music that come out, and then I go on YouTube and I look at all the different choreographers and I just make sure that I'm on top of my game and I'm surrounded in the world that I'm in and that I'm involved. And I think that's just the key, is just becoming as involved as you possibly can. So take class and study and become versatile. Don't get stuck with one style, and have fun, enjoy. Don't forget to breathe.
Absolutely.
I started with 15 years of ballet before I learned any other styles of dance. So I have a very strong technical background, and I think that helped me to learn other styles. But if I didn't have that, I'd be just another thug wearing a hat.
Are you focusing on hip hop now?
Yeah, I'm more of a hip hop choreographer, quote unquote, I guess you would say. But my technique is still there if I need to pull it out. A couple years ago, I did a piece for Travis Wall, who is my roommate, and he choreographed a couple numbers on First Step of Revolution, and he did a piece on Dancing with the Stars, and it was a contemporary piece, and he asked me to be involved. And I came in originally as a hip-hop dancer, and I think he, during the creation process, realized it wasn't really going to work. So he asked me to just learn the contemporary stuff, and I picked it up, and I was in the piece dancing next to dancers from American Ballet Theater and his brother Danny Tidwell, and just like geniuses of the ballet and contemporary world. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but I'm just going to try, and still have it somewhere in there, I guess.
Wow, yeah, I actually saw that performance on Dancing with the Stars. So that was good, amazing. And anything Travis Wall does, again, like we've been a fan since like day one because we saw him on So I Think You Nance, and we thought he was going to win. But it's funny because he's winning per se because he's doing amazing.
He's the real winner. Yeah, I know. It's funny. He didn't win this show, but he won. I mean, his talent was undeniable. Yeah. You know, so it ended up working out for him. And I'm actually glad he was able to come back as a choreographer on the show because that's his true gift. I mean, he's a great dancer, but he'll even tell you he's a choreographer. So it ended up working.
And we like it because he doesn't brag about it. I mean, he has lots of opportunities. He's just very humble about it as well. Other people would be like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm doing this. But he's very, like, sincere what we see. So that's nice.
It's true. I've known Travis. We actually grew up together, not in the same state, but in the competition circuit. I've known him since we were both like 14. Oh. And he used to come to Colorado, and he was an assistant on one of the dance conventions that I used to go to. And I was just like, this kid's amazing. He was always super, super talented, super gifted. And then he just sort of fell into himself as a choreographer. And I swear to God, I've never seen anyone more talented in my life.
Really?
Like I think he's a genius, an absolute genius. And like you said, humble. It's just his life. He doesn't need to brag about it because that's just who he is. He is a choreographer. He breathes it. He inspired me to chase after choreography in a whole new way and sort of commit myself to it. And I was able to take a step away from dancing, like I said. And then at that same time, I moved in with Travis, and it was just like sort of everything aligned for me in which direction I was supposed to go, at least.
Wow, isn't that such a small world, though? How everything, like, just works out perfectly, right timing, just such a small world.
It's funny, yeah, it is. It's really funny.
It's crazy. Now, tell us about your choreography. When you choreograph a piece, do you pick the music first, the dancing? How does that work?
Well, it depends on what it's for, I guess. I teach a lot of class, and I think that's just, like, my creative outlet. Whatever I want to do, I'll do. So I usually pick the song first. I listen to it for a long time. I'm talking, it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to one song. I didn't touch it until I listened to it for about 8 months because I loved it so much, and I really wanted to do the right thing, and I was almost frozen by it. And every time I tried to do something, I was like, no, that's not going to be good enough. So it took me a while until I had the courage to finally step up to it. But yeah, it's like I pick the music first, I listen to it, and then I just sort of try to match the texture of the tone of the song with texture of movement, you know? So it's an interesting process. It's a slow process for me. Some people move quickly. I'm a perfectionist, so it's like drawing a picture. I want to make it perfect, you know? So.
Well, that's cool. You just taught us how that works, because I wasn't sure. I was like, when you watch this, do they pick the music, the dancing? How does that come together? That's cool.
Yeah, the music usually inspires it. My style is very musically inclined, so whatever I hear, I want to make you see, I guess. I go all over the board. I don't know, like sometimes I'll find an old like 80s R&B track that I really like, and I'll be like, wow, this is really, really good. And then I'll find, you know, like my last combo was Aaliyah, Are You That Somebody? But it was this electronic cover from an artist named Belle, who I'd never heard of. Super interesting. Then I'll do a Tupac rap, and then I'll do you know, I'll just Mariah Carey. Like I'll just go all over the board wherever whatever I'm feeling at the moment. I like quality music, so whatever sounds the best to me at the time.
Oh, cool, very neat. And then we were also going to ask you about your Twitter. How do you like using that?
I love it. It's so funny. My mom recently found out about Twitter. She's from Romania, so she's not like super up to date with the social media, but she found out about it, and she's able to keep up with me now, and I think she loves it more than anything, which is awesome to me. My mom just found out about Twitter, and now she knows my life a little bit more. But it's cool. It's awesome. It keeps you connected, and I'm able to see what my friends are doing and people that I respect and look up to, and sort of just, you know, keeps this world connected. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a cool story about your mom, how she loves it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's very fun.
Yeah, but Twitter, like, you wonder, what would we do before Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, I would know, like you said, what you're doing, what anyone's doing. Like, it's so weird how...
Right. No, it is funny, though. Now when I hang out with my friends, I'm like, I don't have any stories to tell you because you know everything I'm about to tell you. You've seen my whole last month. Like, it's kind of funny. But.
Exactly. Do you have a Facebook, too, or YouTube as well
I do.
You can check out?
Yeah, I have a Facebook. My YouTube, I've tried to change the name. It's an account that I made when I was younger. It's Young Buck with 2 C's. Don't ask. But that's my standing YouTube account. My Facebook, I believe, is Misha Gabriel. I just had to open up a official Facebook fan page because I think I have too many friends on my Facebook. So, but yeah. And a couple fake accounts, I think.
Yeah, a lot of those always roaming around. A lot of those. And also, we were going to ask you, since Christmas is around the corner, do you have any plans coming up, or? Yeah,
I think my family's going to be busy this year. They're going out of town, so I'm going to actually go to Travis's house, spend Christmas with the Walls. I'm really close to Travis and his family, so and I'm going to teach at their Christmas intensive at his mom's studio afterwards. So I'm going to go to Virginia Beach, which is nice because I'm usually in LA for Christmas, and it's ugly here. It's not. I want a white Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Yeah, same with LA. It does not feel like December here at all.
No. Yeah. And how about, do you have anything on your Christmas wish list that you really want this year?
That's a good question. Yeah, I want Bruno Mars' new CD. I know it's not out yet. It's coming out really soon, but I swear to God, I think it's going to be the best album in forever. I've already heard a couple tracks from it, and I'm the hugest fan. And then I would love the Bruno Mars Job. I would love to direct his tour if we're going a step further.
Well, I hope you get both of those wishes.
Thank you.
That would be cool. Yeah, first get the CD, then move your way on to choreographing.
And I'll move my way up to being in charge of his job, his life.
There you go. I think that's one of the coolest Christmas wishes we've heard so far.
Awesome. Good.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And how about Christmas movies? Do you have any, like, watching yearly, or?
No. Maybe this year I'll watch Step Up Revolution because it just came out on DVD.
Yes, everyone should check that out.
Shameless fun.
How many times have you watched it before so far, now that the DVD's out?
My friends forced me to watch it with them the other day when the Blu-ray came out. So I watched it then. I saw it twice in theaters, and then once before. So like 4 times now.
Okay, I was gonna.
But it's hard for me. It's hard for me. I'm critical, so it's hard for me to sit and watch myself, especially now that I've made peace with my decisions, and I can't change anything about it. You know, so now it's like I can't keep watching it and drilling myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask you, if you get intimidated. And are you anything like Eddie then at all, or do you relate to him?
I think there was an Eddie inside of me at one point in my life. I think I've made peace with him, but I think I definitely could connect to the hot-headedness, I guess you'd say.
I was going to say, I can't picture you like that.
Such a nice boy.
I know. I
think that ship has sailed a little bit. So, but it wasn't completely out of character for me to connect with him. I don't want the readers or the people hearing this to think I'm an asshole, but
no, but us talking to you,
everybody has that side of them.
Yeah, like I said, us talking to you right now, there's no way. See, we can't believe you. I can't believe you.
I'm a good actor then.
And also, okay, so we have a couple get to know you questions. So first off, what's one thing we may not know about you?
This is not a talent at all, but I'm an amateur golfer. I wish I was pro, but I play golf a lot. Actually, a lot of dancers play golf. It's kind of weird. It's sort of, I don't know what it is about the game, but
dancers
golfing.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, do you guys
I feel like I think that is the worst random fact you could ever find. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to keep thinking about it.
Okay. Because I was going to, well, we didn't know that about you, the golfing thing. All right, we didn't know that.
Yeah, it's still, I feel like it's a weak one. I don't do well under pressure. Maybe that's one.
Okay. And also, do you cook? Like, are you a chef? Like, can you cook? Or...
I can cook. I can hold my own in the kitchen. I made Thanksgiving dinner this year. My parents were busy, so I cooked. I made a turkey. I did it all.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. We can add that to... We didn't know that about you. We didn't know that.
There you go. That's my special skill. I can make some eggs.
Ah, cool. Are you like a healthy eater at all? Do you watch what you eat, or?
I honestly, yeah, I am. I always have been. My parents sort of raised me eating super healthy. A couple years ago, I realized that just gluten doesn't sit well with me, and I'm just sort of realizing that anything I put in my stomach, I'm watching exactly what it is, and because it affects the way I feel, which affects my energy levels. So, yeah, I hate to say it. It sounds so silly, but I really watch what I eat. I eat really healthy.
Oh, that's good to hear. Did you find any energy foods that really help? I mean, anything?
I don't know. I just eat a lot of protein, and I just try to watch eating carbs. I think carbs bring me down and just sort of weigh me down. I'll eat that for like dinner, but if I'm trying to maintain energy throughout the day, it's just like salad and protein, just as much of it as I can get, you know?
How about like energy again, like we said, like coffee, or do you like caffeine, or like...
I do like coffee, but I do not recommend it. I think it's awful. I wish I could get off it, but I mean, with my sort of schedule, traveling and waking up at 7 in the morning on the weekends to teach convention, you have to have a Coke. It's just no way around it sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else is going to get you going? You know, you need your coffee.
Exactly.
And you're also teaching at Millennium? How do you like doing that?
Yep. I love it. It's been my home for 8 years. They gave me a job 2 weeks after I moved to LA, and they let me sub there, and then I've been teaching my own class since. So it's like my home. It's sort of just like my weekly thing to do. If I'm in town, I go and teach my class. I also teach at a new studio called Movement Lifestyle, which just opened up. I teach at The Edge. I teach at Debbie Reynolds. I teach at all the studios out here, but consistently every week at Millennium for the past 8 years now. So.
That's cool. If someone came to your class, what can they expect?
To be challenged. I know that the reputation I have is that my choreography is tricky. It's difficult. I don't do that intentionally to make it difficult. I think it makes it exciting, and I pick songs that are intricate and have a lot of different moments in it. So you're gonna be challenged. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna work hard. You might hate me. You might. I'm gonna push you. You know, if you're in my class, I'm gonna teach you. I'm not just there to show off. So. It's a learning and growing experience for everyone, including myself. I get drained teaching class. I try to take my own class as I'm teaching so that I don't lose my dancing. So, but it's fun. I mean, it's a good time. It's always a good time.
How about for the non-dancers out there? What do you think about like beginning dancers like that? Do you think anybody can dance?
I think, well, you look at someone like Ryan, and Ryan had no previous dance training when he came in for the movie, and he learned how to pick up like dance fairly quickly, you know, and he looks good. Like obviously there's certain things he could have probably done better, and he probably will be his worst critic. But I think in the time that he was allowed, the kid did incredible. So there's special cases like Ryan. I think he's sort of a special case. You know, it's like you can't teach an old dog new tricks sort of thing. But everyone can learn how to dance. But you're not going to be Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? If you didn't start early. It's like me trying to learn how to be a professional singer right now. It's probably not going to happen. But I can probably learn. I can probably learn how to keep a tone, maybe, you know?
That's true. So you think it's all in your blood then? You were like born to dance?
No, I think it has a certain amount to do with your natural ability, natural talent, but then it has to do with what you do with it. It has to do with training that ability. And, I've been dancing at least 5-6 hours a week every week since I was 5. So it's just like all those hours add up, and it just becomes your life, you know.